It's springtime again, and now is the perfect time to enjoy the outdoors and our gardens. Spring is the perfect time to plant because the weather is mild, the soil is soft and moist, and the plants have plenty of time to establish strong roots before the heat of summer. With longer days and increased sunlight, plants thrive, grow faster, and produce vibrant blooms. Garden centers and nurseries bustle in spring, providing an incredible selection of plants to suit every gardener's needs. Succulents are an excellent choice for those looking for low-maintenance options. They come in various shapes, colors, and sizes, and require minimal watering. For those who have already collected and sheltered many succulents during the cold winter, now is the time to move them out and expose them to the sun without getting burned. Their leaves won't get sunburned because the weather is still mild, and because the night is still cold, this can result in their beautifully stressed colors. This channel is for you if you're looking for inspiration to start gardening, especially with succulents. Whether you're looking to purchase succulents for the first time or would like to add to your collection, I have some useful tips for you. So before you head to your local nursery or garden center, let me share with you what to look out for when buying succulents. These 5 tips will help you save money and succeed in your succulent gardening. Tip number 1, buy matured succulent plants. So between buying small individual pots of succulents, you'll save a lot when you buy the mature ones in bigger containers. If you're interested in propagating succulents, look for plants with offsets or small baby plants or with multiple stems. These can be easily separated and grown into new plants, giving you more succulents for your collection. Plus, the roots of mature plants are more stable and they are more resilient than smaller ones. Did you know that looking at the leaves of succulents can give you an idea of whether they are worth taking home? Some succulents displayed inside the garden centers may already have problems, and identifying these problems can help you decide which ones are worth buying. By looking at the leaves of the succulents, you can tell if the plant is dehydrated or overwatered. And overwatering is the most common problem we encounter with succulents and the most common cause of death as well. So, tip number 2, inspect the leaves. Healthy succulents should have plump, firm, and healthy-looking leaves. Avoid plants with soft, mushy, or discolored leaves, as these can be signs of overwatering or disease. Usually, rosette-forming succulents are compact, but when they begin absorbing a lot of water, you'll see the rosette-forming leaves opening wide, or the tips may point downward as they expand to accommodate more water. Some leaves may look bloated or even cracked. Some are discolored like this one here with soft yellowish leaves, or this one with black mushy leaves in the center. Some overwatered succulents can easily be spotted by newbies, but some are less obvious. For example, leaves may feel stiff or look overstretched, and one might think that the plant is plump and healthy. But when the plant remains wet and keeps absorbing water, then the leaves may start falling off after a few days, and that's when the problem begins. Wrinkled leaves may indicate dehydration, but this can sometimes recover with proper care. But, tip number 3, be very wary of leaves with brown spots, which could suggest pests or fungal issues. Bringing home succulents with fungal infections can be a costly mistake that jeopardizes the health of your entire plant collection. Fungal diseases can spread quickly, weaken plants, and can be difficult to treat once established. Spring is the best time to work with your succulents because this is also when you can see their fast growth. Some succulents rest or go dormant in either summer or winter because of the extreme weather. Some stop growing in the summer to save water when it's too hot, while others rest in winter to avoid the cold. But most succulents grow well in spring because again, the weather is mild, not too hot or too cold, and they get enough sunlight and can take in water without stress. Some of these low-growing succulents that have not produced any offsets for a while might surprise you this spring with not only one but multiple babies. Like this here. This started with just one succulent, now many small ones are trailing. But when you see this, don't get too excited about replanting them when they are small. Give them enough time to mature and then you can plant them individually in containers or place them in an arrangement. Succulents are resilient plants. Look at this yonium that was neglected here for many months. It looked like a pile of trash from a distance, but if you look closer, you'll see these tiny babies growing. See this? It's not even planted in the soil, yet produced many offsets. Did you know that this particular succulent produces impressive blooms? It is worth saving and propagating. Check this out. Eoniums are unique and beautiful succulents that bloom in a truly special way. These plants typically flower in late winter to early spring, bringing a burst of color. Their blooms grow on tall, striking stalks that rise from the center of the rosette, creating a dramatic display of small star-shaped flowers. One thing to know about eoniums is that they are monocarpic, meaning that after blooming, the flowering rosette will eventually die. That leads us to tip number 4. Try not to buy monocarpic succulents with flowers unless they come with many offsets around the base so that even if the mother plant dies, you will still have many to replant. And number 5, look for proper growth form. A well-shaped succulent should have compact growth. So if a plant looks stretched out or leggy, it may have been kept in low light conditions, causing adulation or elongation of the stem. While such plants can recover with proper sunlight, they may not regain their original shape. If you have succulents that have elongated, I have a separate video about that in the description below. There you go. Those are my 5 tips for buying succulents this spring. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy succulent gardening!